EA College Football 26 is right on the horizon. I think we're looking at around 5.5 weeks until the game comes out, so it'll be here before we know it. And today, I'm going to talk a little bit about what the start of the College Football 26 cycle could look like here on the channel. Yesterday, we finally got our first trailer of the new game. I posted a YouTube short basically recapping the trailer and then the campus huddle notes, which is basically all of the important information that EA is beginning to share about the game, about certain features and whatnot. So in case you're interested, the video is pretty short. Well, I would hope so. It's on YouTube Shorts. If you're interested in learning more about what the new game is going to look like. So they talked a little bit about Dynasty mode in the campus huddle notes, and there was some good stuff in there. Cross-play, you can play with your Xbox and PlayStation friends. You can protect certain teams on the schedule year to year. You can make sure you play a certain rival, or if there's just another team in your conference you really want to face off against. In the Kansas series, I really wanted to make sure we would play against TCU this year, given that TCU just made the national championship and they stole 3 players from our roster in the transfer portal. So I kind of had to switch our conference around and move some teams in and out to make sure it would happen. Now, this way, next year, I wouldn't have to do that, and I can just protect that game to make sure we would play against them. Formation subs are here as well. This also would have been useful in the Kansas series, being that I'm switching out the running back position all the time. Protecting schedules and formation subs were 2 of the more important pieces of Dynasty in NCAA 14, so I'm happy that they're bringing those back. And then they didn't really give too much detail on this last point I wrote down, but they have enhanced the transfer portal. Apparently, it's going to be better, more interactive. There's going to be thousands of players in it each season, much more like real life. I'm excited to hear that, though. I think there were some good things about the transfer portal in EA College Football 25, but I think it needs some work. I think the biggest thing is that they need more players in there, and they need more good players in there. There are too many 85-plus overall guys who are just not really playing on certain teams. I feel like every somewhat highly rated player should have a playing time deal breaker. That'd be kind of cool, but that's just me. They also talked about Road to Glory in the campus huddle notes as well. We can play through a shortened high school career. I don't think we get to play the whole senior season, but it mentioned how we get to play through certain moments and whatnot. My favorite part about Road to Glory, though, is the commitment ceremony. You'll be able to, like many top recruits, have an official ceremony. You'll have a few hats in front of you, and the best part is apparently you can fake a school out. You can pick up a hat and throw it off the table, much like we've seen in real life. So that is a really fun addition. I might find a way to incorporate the hat ceremony into the new Dynasty series. Certainly we'll have fun with it if we have a Road to Glory on the channel, which I don't see why not. We did it last year with Arturo Modelo, a short 4 or 5 episode series, so we'll probably do it again. But the big reason why I wanted to make this video is I wanted to go through what the College Football 26 cycle is going to look like here. So over the last week or so, I've been kind of painting a blueprint of what the next month or so is going to look like on the channel in order to get both Kansas and the Broncos series complete. Technically. And I say technically, I'll get back to that in a minute. But basically, I want to get through pretty much one more full season of the Kansas Dynasty and the Broncos franchise. So I basically road mapped it to where we've probably got 8 or 9 more episodes for both. There's leeway if either team makes the playoffs or goes on a deep playoff run. So if that were to happen, it wouldn't necessarily mess things up. But I do want to talk about the end of both series because I do want to get them done by the time College Football 26 comes out. But we're going to do things a little bit differently than normal. With the Broncos series, we're going to do the regular long-term sim. We're going to get through Season 5. We're probably not going to have enough time for another season after that. I might do something special for Season 6, but after that, we will get to the long-term sim like normal, like I've done over the last couple of years. For the Kansas series, though, it is going to be a little different, so buckle up. I do not plan on having a long-term sim after year number 5, but instead, the series will be done for now. And I say for now because it's not officially over. So basically, my thought process is a lot of the guys who we've recruited in this series are getting close to eventually making it into the NFL. Look at a guy like Cornell Teamer at running back, for instance, who's probably going to declare for the draft after this season as a true junior. If we were to continue putting the Kansas guys in the Broncos franchise, we'd only be able to see the rest of that team for one episode in the long-term sim of the Broncos series. Obviously, we don't want to end the stories of the players on the Kansas roster. We don't want to see them in the NFL for one episode. So what I think I'm going to do is every draft class of Kansas players moving forward will go into the Madden 26 series. But we're going to transport the players from the College Football 26 Dynasty into Madden 26 as well. So let's say, for instance, I pick Ohio State as the Dynasty team. They just won the national championship. I won't pick them, obviously, but I'm going to use them as my example. We go through the Ohio State Dynasty each year, and obviously the players from that series on our team and around the country will enter the draft class like normal. But we're also going to include many of the notable Kansas players throughout the draft class as well. We're going to get through single seasons in a full episode of the Kansas Dynasty over the next year or so. So once we're done season number 5, we're going to take a hiatus. We're going to get through year number 1 of the College Football 26 series. And then probably before the second season starts, we're going to have an entire episode, I think, dedicated to year number 6 of the Kansas Dynasty. I haven't obviously figured out exactly how these videos will be formatted, but this way, we don't have to spend too much time with the Kansas series, but we can continue to accumulate the players going into Madden 26 so we can continue their stories being told while simultaneously having the College Football 26 guys enter Madden 26 as well. As for the College Football 26 Dynasty series itself, I really do not have an idea of what the team is going to be because, as I've said in the past, I think I've mentioned it in a video. I've definitely mentioned it in the Discord server. If you're not in there, you should join, by the way. But the plan is we're going to simulate a few years into the future. That way, the college rosters will be entirely fictional. Since we used the real-life prospects this year, it wouldn't really make sense to do it 2 years in a row because it's pretty much the exact same players. So to keep things fresh, every roster across the new College Football 26 series will be filled with fictional players. So because of that, obviously we're not going to know what the rosters look like until I get my hands on the game and simulate. So because of that, it's kind of hard to have a vote not knowing what the rosters look like. I still want to have a vote and I want to have your guys' input involved, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it because, well, I'm not going to know the rosters until we get the game. And by the time I do know the rosters and I'm a couple days into the College Football 26 cycle, we're not going to want to have a vote. We're going to want to start the series. I did ask in the most recent channel survey what type of dynasty you guys would like to see, whether it's like a mediocre Power 5 team or a bad group of 5 teams. So you guys can make your input in terms of that. But otherwise, I'm not entirely sure how I would be able to have a vote. I would love to hear input down below in the comments if you have that. I've begun to think of some storylines for the new College Football 26 series. I've got to say, I think I have a few good ideas so far. I haven't figured out entirely how I'm going to execute those, but I think you guys are going to enjoy the series. Eventually, Madden 26 is going to come around as well. I'm sure we will start the voting process probably sometime in July. NBA 2K26 will be coming soon as well. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to wrap up the Warriors series. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done before College Football 26 comes out. Ideally, I want to, but I think I'm going to need more than a month to wrap that one up. So we'll see what happens. I haven't really decided. And then with the White Sox series, going into the series, the goal was to get through 10 seasons. That has not changed. I think we're well on pace to do that. So hopefully we continue to move forward pretty quickly. So that's going to wrap things up. I know this was kind of long for a channel update type of video, but we did have a lot of stuff to go over. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to make your voice heard on what you guys want to see with College Football 26, whether it pertains to the Dynasty series, the short Road to Glory series, or maybe other one-off shorter videos such as experiments that you guys would like to see. So that'll wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back with your regularly scheduled content. We've got a White Sox episode with the MLB draft tomorrow, so that should be a lot of fun. Peace out.